One. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Point Fighter Live. Power, baby. I'm here with Anthony Price. I've been up since 5 in the morning, right? And I've been doing my summer camp. But, bro, I feel like I just woke up right now with this interview because I'm that excited. So thanks for joining us. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. I'm doing good. Doing good. Good.
Awesome. Hey, so as we're starting the show. Welcome to Point Fighter Live. You guys are getting the notification right now. I know I just got it on my phone, on the other phone that I have here, and I'm about to share it. So make sure you guys do the same thing as well. Give us a share and, give us some power, right? Give us some power. We got Anthony Price. We're going to talk about the Battle of Atlanta, right? We're going to talk about some power, right? And come on here. Give us, if you have any questions on to Anthony Price, let us know, Coach. We're going to be talking about the Battle of Atlanta. We're going to be talking about some history of the sport. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, okay? So I'm about to share it right now. You know, I'm the share master, so I'm going to pump it up. Boom, everywhere. Boom, boom, and boom. All right, here we go. All right, so welcome to the show. Give us some power. Hey, so what's going on, sir? How's everything going out there in Ohio?
It's doing good. Just hot, Probably not as hot as down there in Miami, but it's getting hot. It's getting hot.
Man, it was hot today. Like, today was super hot. It's really feeling like summer. I'm already starting to get my tan. You can't really see it here because I got the light on my face, but I'm getting that tan. U.S. Open, I'm going to be real dark. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be looking nice and healthy. Hey, Matt, what's going on, guys? Tyreek, what's going on? Saint, what's going on? Houston Thomas, what's going on? Power, guys.
Power.
But hey, what do you guys think about this Power logo? What do you guys think about that? I'm thinking about making a shirt.
A
lot of people are asking me I should make shirts and stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Let me know if you guys like the shirts. It's kind of like a rough draft right here. But let me know if you like that lightning bolt.
You didn't sell those down in Atlanta though. You should have had a booth or something to sell them. Trust me, probably people would have bought them. I know they would. It
just feels good to say power. I got people coming up to me saying they're saying it in their school and stuff, and it's just a positive thing, power. I wake up in the morning and I just look at myself in the face and I say, in the mirror, and I say, power. It's gonna be a great day. I really do it, and it's great. Hey, so Point Fighter approved. Mini Queen Designs are one of some of our sponsors. Give a shout out to them. Royalty Promotions, ASG. We had ASG. Had like 7 teams there, sponsor teams. And, I hope the promoters appreciate that because that's sponsorship money from ASG, like over 50, 60 competitors right there. So ASG is a great company that supports the sport. Make sure you support them. Battle of Atlanta. Hey, so it was a great tournament. We're going to be scrolling through pictures. It was...
Even the dog says power. The dog says power.
Come on, boss.
Hey, so, man, when I saw, we got to talk about this right away because it was your debut at the Battle of Atlanta. Well, not your debut. You've been coaching with them, but it was like the whole team event, right? It was like the first tournament, the whole like KTOC. You guys have had trainings already. In New York, You've gotten together. This was the first event that the team was all together. You know what I'm saying? So,
we had a pretty much a 5.5 to 6 hour workout at Joey Castro School in New Jersey. We went over a lot of things, conditioning, drills, try to build some team commodity. So it was a great experience. Great experience.
Yes, sir. That was a great experience right there. I'm just posting up some of the.
I see it. Tell everybody I said hi.
Yeah, everybody's saying what's up, and hey, man. So, man, I saw you. I gotta tell you what's up, McDojo Life with the videos. He's even watching over here. I'll be seeing him at the U.S. Open. Hey, so, man, I see you at the tournaments and like, you know, you've been doing this for so long, but I see the passion in your face and just you and your wife, you guys judge, you compete. I mean, you're coaching and you know, you're so involved and you're so motivated with the sport. Like it feels like, you know, I don't know, it looks like you just started doing it. You know what I mean? Like when somebody
feels like it.
I mean, you've been doing this for how long? I mean,
I've been in martial arts for 40. This is actually my 47th year. I started in June of 1971 when I was 11 years old. So it's been a great journey. If it hadn't been for martial arts, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met I wouldn't have a martial arts family. So martial arts is a way of life for me. It's the Bushido, the way of life for me. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, and going back to the KTOC, you know, when you came on, you know, immediately you started seeing kind of the pickups, like with your signature on it, you know, your type of guys, you know, like Christopher Robinson, and then you just got picked up Regina, you know, you just picked up Regina. These, you know, they fit the mold, like they fit the style of your you know, your style, you know what I mean? And how important is that to you as far as what chemistry is concerned?
Chemistry is very important. I mean, just like, you know, yourself, you know, you have the WKF team. You know, I like to congratulate them on a great showing, especially my man that you got up there now.
The power of Zane. Yeah.
Yes, he had a great fight. Yakub, you know, him and Yakub had a good fight.
Yakub had a great fight.
Good fight. Yeah. You know, hopefully they'll be seeing each other a lot more. But like you said, the chemistry is important, very important when you're on a team. You know, we picked them. Chris was actually my first pickup. I told Chris that if I ever got a coaching position, that I would, you know, he would be the first one that I would call. And as soon as I got the okay with Sue and Rick, you know, that excuse me, the dog keeps jumping up on me. As soon as
he has too much power right now.
He does. But, you know, as soon as I got, you know, the okay that I can get some pickups, he was the first one. First, I called his instructor, Willie Hicks, who was actually on Team Apex, and asked him, you know, was he available? Because, you know, I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. So, yeah, Willie, you know, I'm an old schooler. I believe in doing that first, talking to the instructor, making sure it was okay. Willie gave me the green light, and, you know, I called him up, and, you know, he said it would be an honor for him. And I'm glad we picked him up. Same thing with Regina. You know, I've always been a Regina Thompson-Spivey fan. I mean, when I was competing, you know, she was competing pretty much a lot when I was competing, and she's a legend.
She's been around a long time.
Oh, God, a long time.
Competing at a high level. Yeah,
right. And, you know, and we were up in Detroit, you know, it just really solidified everything that I really wanted her to be a part of Team K-Talk, because she brings a lot of veteran and leadership for our girls. Because, you know, we have a very young squad. Yeah. So she brings that leadership. The girls on our team, Dee, Kiera,
Drew Beatty, Drew is a great pickup too. Drew
right. You know, so she can really help them out, really help those girls out. So, you know, that I'm honored to have those two individuals that I was able to pick up. Very honored for it.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's great pickups right there. And Sue, you know, Rick and Sue are doing a great job with the team as well. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a great job. You know, the one good thing about them is they allow me to be able to coach. You know, they're the administrator. You know, they told me, one of the things they told me, said, you're going to be the coach. You know, you're going to make the coaching decisions. You're going to, you know, form your nucleus. So, you know, I'm happy that they gave me that opportunity.
It's similar. Like I see KTOC, like the transition that they made from last year to this year too. Similar to like the transition that I made from last year to this year. We're both transitioning teams. Because last year, Devin Hopper was on the team.
Right.
Akin Williams was the coach.
Right.
Chris Gorham was on the team. and then they're not there anymore. Like Dojo, Josh Horch has his schools and they're working for him. So he kind of took those guys. He took Devin, right? Devin and Zach Winder, but Zach wasn't on the team, right? I believe, right? And then
right, and Christopher Gorman, he ended up Gorman. He even
Impex. Going with Impex was his exactly. They kind of went to their school teams,
right?
Basically, and then with my team, I got affected with the dojo thing as well because Josh Horwich started his own team, and he got Jim himself. He was one of the star players on the team. But I already knew that was happening from a long time ago when I first picked him up. That was his vision. But we kind of had that same, and then we go and you pick up, Tyrese, right?
Tyrese Saint.
We got Chris, Drew, right? Yeah. Drew Beater, Regina, you guys, and then you as the coach. Like that's like a whole revamp right there of the team.
We got our team captain, which is Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew's looking great too, man. He won his division, right?
Yeah, and then Lucas. Lucas Lucas here. He lives in Cleveland, which is about 4 hours from me. So, I'm honored to be able to, coach these guys, kind of give some of the old school formula with the new school stuff. Because it's a big difference. I mean, from the old school and the new school. So if you can kind of put both of those together, you can have a good team. You can have a good fighters. You can really do it.
No, for sure. You got a good nucleus. Hey, we got McDojo Life on as well. As you guys know, he has the page with that he puts like those fake martial arts videos, people doing some weird stuff. But he has a question. He's what's the funniest way you've seen someone get disqualified? I don't even know how to answer that one. I've never seen it.
This weekend. This weekend. That's one of the. I mean, it wasn't funny, but that was.
This weekend.
Right. That's really the first time in a long time that I've seen somebody get disqualified, which was this weekend. So that's one of the.
Oh man,
this weekend was funny, but it wasn't funny when it happened. But now, we can laugh at it. I mean, it wasn't funny when it happened.
Well, this past weekend, there was a one fight too with Trey Lazenby fighting Pablo, right?
Right, I seen that.
Yeah. And Trey got disqualified for I guess after Pablo. I guess there was some late exchange. You know how Trey follows up. I wasn't, right. I didn't think he should have been disqualified.
Well, Trey, you have to remember about Trey Lazenby. I know his dad. Trey is an old school fighter. I think me and my wife was talking about this earlier, Alex, is that sometimes I think the referees don't understand is when you're out there fighting, you don't hear. I can remember a lot of times I got warnings because I would hit the person late or second or third punch him. But a lot of time when in the heat of the battle, you don't hear it. And it's not, it's just the adrenaline is flowing and everything. Yeah. And a lot of times you just don't hear. And things like that happen. Me and my wife was talking about earlier this morning that sometimes I think the referees need to get kind of like not necessarily in the fight, but get in the middle and just break it up. Yeah. And if they do it again or a third time, then that's when you need to really say something. But a lot of times fighters don't hear. And it's not their fault. It's not that they're being dirty or anything. It's just they don't hear. I mean, think about it when you fought.
Sometimes people get a bad rap too, like Trey.
Right.
He's kind of for hitting hard and stuff. And then so any little thing that he does, they disqualify him fast, because of stuff that's happened in the past. I know that because I remember, arbitrating stuff, and I had that reputation as a coach before of complaining a lot. And as soon as I open my mouth, they'll just say no. So whatever. But it happens. But some people are asking, what happened? Well, there was a little bit of a scuffle with KTOC, and the words were exchanged, but nothing happened. No punches were thrown with
nothing. Nothing serious happened.
Disqualified. Yeah.
Right. No bottles being thrown. No people kicking and punching, biting. It wasn't like the NBA or the.
It was just like,
right.
You know, my crew. Something happened. My crew's coming. My crew's here, and just like people barking, and that's it. And
right. Because actually, I was sitting when it happened. I was sitting down, had my hands like this, trying to keep my my team back, and all of a sudden, I seen a big crowd coming towards me. So that's the reason why I got up. You know.
Yeah, I shouldn't have escalated to that point, but either way, you guys made no punches were thrown, like you said. It didn't, and you guys took a picture together afterwards.
Right.
Friends.
It's all, you know, that's what makes the martial arts so, you know, great is that, you know, sometimes, you know, things happen like that and you can kiss and make up. We went up on stage. Actually, we went up on stage, took a group picture together.
Yeah.
And shook hands and, you know, things like that happen. It's not, believe it or not, for some of you young whippersnappers out there, that's not the first time something like that has ever happened. It's done happened before. Unfortunately, you know, you know, I already assured I had a nice, good conversation with Mr. Larry Carnahan and told him that, you know, it won't happen again. I've already told my team we're not a bunch of thugs. Like people, I heard some people say that, believe it or not, though, when we were there, no, we're not no thugs. You know, we're not none of that.
Bang, 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 bang. Forget it.
Right. You know, I mean, it was something that happened, and we all apologize for it. It ain't the first time it happened, and it won't happen again. As far as for our team, it won't happen. So
yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's cool to see everybody have their back, and you know, it escalated, but you know, it happens.
Then it happened on my first tournament debut. Hey, Anthony Price. I mean, hey, that's what it is. What it is. You know?
You guys won. Matthew won his division.
Yeah,
Regina won the Grands. Regina won Grands. Who else won?
Yakub took second place to your guy, who eventually went on and won the Grand Championship. So, I mean, you lose against a person that, you know, they end up winning the Grand Championship. You know, hey, nobody wants to take second. But, hey, if you're going to lose against the champ. So, hey, you know, it is what it is.
No, for sure. Hey, so, just running through the Battle of Atlanta was a great tournament. Man, there was so many fighters there. Like, open weight had 52. That was like 18 teams. Like, pretty much almost everybody was there. The only people I could think that was missing was, like, a few of the all-stars, right? Fighter Syndicate guys. And
it was some great fighting. I mean,
great fighting.
Like I said, this is pretty much my first year really coming out because, as you know, I really didn't go to a lot of tournaments. One, I wanted to be around my family. You know, I wanted to be, you know, my wife is out there competing. You know, for so long, she was my number one cheerleader, you know, going to all the tournaments, you know, having my back and everything. Now, you know, she's doing, I see David, he said trouble right there. I love you, bro. Tell David I still love him.
He did a great job judging.
Yeah. Wow. And, you know, now that my wife is competing on a national and international level, you know, I'm kind of like carrying her bags for her, being her number one cheerleader, you know, so, you know, that's pretty much it.
For sure. Hey, so, I mean, like we said, there was some great competition at the tournament. Great competition at the event. And Zain won the lightweight grand.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot of international people, too, because he fought Colocho from Guatemala for the overall there in the final fight. Gina Thornton won the overall, right?
The seniors, right? She did.
She won that too. I know. And how about open weight? Who won the open weight? I know that Cam won the open weight.
Yeah, Cam won the open weight. I mean, the competition was just incredible. You know, like I said, I met your fighter, Zain. I mean, that was the first time really I've ever seen him fight. I mean, I've seen him a couple times on, you know, live on Point Fighter Lab or Sports Martial Arts, but, it was incredible, and then you have the great, Ross Levine.
Ross Levine won. He fought teams. The Impacts won teams.
He did everything.
Yeah,
Ross,
he did it all. Yeah.
I was very impressed with him. It's Avery Plowden. Very impressed as usual. Well, I was impressed with everybody. I was very impressed with my team. I have to say that. Very impressed.
They took second in the woman team fighting, right? That was like 6 teams, I think, 5 or 6 teams.
Right.
You guys lost to Impacts in a good match. And
like I said, we have a young team.
Yeah.
Like I told my team that we're going to keep plugging. We're going to keep working hard, and one day our time is going to come. But like I said. It's going to be, it's a slow process because we got a young team. The team is very young.
Yeah.
Very.
Hey, how about Coach?
I see Akin said our next team event is actually we got a couple of people that are going to the U.S. Open. But
U.S. Open?
Right, but that's a couple people. But most of 95% of the team will be at the Capital Classic.
Power Team, WCAF Power Team will be there as well. That team is a full team event, and we'll be at the U.S. Open, similar, right there.
Yeah, because that's in your backyard.
Yeah, U.S. Well for me, but everybody else on my team, no. But how about Coach Don Rodriguez? It was good to take a picture with him. They're a great coach.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite coach of Paul Mitchell right there.
Coach Rodriguez. He coached me for a year.
Yes.
When I was
on Paul Mitchell for a year? You were on Paul?
Yeah, I was on Paul Mitchell for 1 year. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Me, K.A., Richard, John Payton, the great Pedro Xavier.
That was a good squad. That was the people that were on the team while you were on it?
Yeah, Mike Conroy. Yeah,
that was a good squad there. That's like legendary there. Yeah. And
my main man, Alberto Montron.
Montron. Yeah. Here are just some of the picks that I took with some of the people there. This was the lightweight grand winners, Battle of Atlanta. Hey, you have your event coming up soon, right?
Yeah. August
18th. So just give us a little information on that. We're going to do a whole pre-show on the event. So if you guys want a good tournament in Ohio, this is the one to go to right here in the summer.
This is our 31st year, actually. So it's a great event. We give out the prestigious All-Star National Championship belt to all first-place winners in every division, whether it's forms, fighting, or weapons. The belts are great belts. I think all of the competitors come down here to fight just to get the belt. The competition, it's like a mini national tournament.
Forward belt, yeah. Mini national.
Right. We got a lot of national rated competitors. So, we usually have in the 18 and 29 division, we have 2 weight divisions, which is light and heavyweight. And we usually have an average between 15 to 20 heavyweights and about 15 lightweights.
And it's a big tournament.
Right. That's not counting the 30 to 39 and the 40 to 49 and 50 and over. So it's a great event.
Yeah, for sure.
Ran by myself, my wife, my daughter, Nancy Young, and my son-in-law, Malik Young. They, pretty much help run it. He's the ring coordinator. And Terry Kramer and Richard Plowden, again, former teammates, even though we're on different teams and stuff, but we all come together and help each other out. It's a nice event.
You guys got a good team together, and that's all part of customer service. I always tell that to promoters. You got to have a good team. Sometimes promoters try to do everything themselves, and that's when, you can't do it. You got a good team of people helping you, and that's why it's a nice, successful event, right? And it's Point Fighter approved. Right?
Yeah, we get competitors from all over the country. We got Team K-Talk is coming in.
Yeah,
they're pretty much the whole team is coming in. Richard Plowden, he brings his team in. He usually his son, Avery comes down here and wins everything. All, hell, he won it like 8 or 9 years in a row, maybe 10 years. His daughter, wins it. I mean, but the good thing about it this year, and I have to say this, that we're giving $1,000 for the overall women's open weight fighting, and it's free. All women that are competing in the fighting division only, that's 16 and up, they compete with $1,000.
There we go. That's good. That's a lot of money right there. That's great.
It's $1,000 cash, not a check. So
and you compete free. So you compete free. So bam, that's all you got to do is get there.
Last year this is the first year we've done that. Our sponsor, we have a great sponsor that has sponsored it, and they're putting up the $1,000 for it. And she wanted to give back and get more females involved. So she said, well, Anthony, why don't we just do that? It's pretty much like the same thing that happened up at Richard Plowden's tournament a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The women that in the fighting division can compete for free.
That's great, man.
But dig this, Alex, that's 16 and up now. So if you're 16 years old, you can fight in that division.
That division's going to be packed. I think that's going to be a action-packed division.
I've already had some seniors email me and say, hey, can we do it too? And I said, sure. Everybody's got a shot for it. You
Start
can't
making plans now.
Right. You can't say that one particular person is just going to win it. Anybody can win on any given day. So, the seniors, I know Miss Regina Thompson-Spivey says she's coming in for it. So,
hey, it's going to be a great tournament. I can't wait for that one. We have a tournament this week, the Whirlwind Classic, Larry Wells in Oklahoma, Point Fighter approved. We got some other events the following week. The Gulf Coast Karate Championships. They're getting a lot of rain out there now too, but they should be okay. We're gonna do a preview of that tournament tomorrow. Classic Cup Championships. That's July 7, right?
Yeah,
that's
we'll be
Ohio.
Going up to that.
Yeah, Robert Perry, and then it's the same weekend though as the U.S. Open. The U.S. are two great events right there on the same weekend. Both Point Fighter approved. That's Justin Ortiz. They're doing that Paul Mitchell experience. The following week, the Gold Bar Challenge with Marcel Lazenby. And, hey, you've been doing this a long time, huh?
Yeah.
You've been doing this. So give us a little history lesson here. So, I have some pictures here. I know that it was Atlantic, Trans World, and Budweiser, but which one came first?
The Budweiser team came first.
Okay. So Budweiser came first, right? And,
yes.
That was I remember being a kid back then, and my dad had a team too, the Cuban American team.
Right.
They fought you guys.
Right.
in California in Ed Parker's tournament. Now, and
I had a tough fight against Gus Lugo. I remember that fight.
And it was on TV.
Yes, ESPN. So,
ESPN. It's crazy how my dad had a team in quotes, and I didn't even care about the sport back then when I was a kid. Now I ended up having my team too and following that footstep. That's funny. But yeah, going back to that. So Budweiser, I was a kid, and I know my brothers explained this to me a few times, my dad, but it was kind of like a league too, right? Was it a league? Budweiser had tournaments.
Yeah, Budweiser had a league, and it gave tournaments all throughout the United States. The North American Karate Conference, the NAKC.
Yeah, the NAKC, right.
Right. So
there's a league big like that? Because I know they gave out good money too, right? But was there a league before that gave good money like that?
Yeah, give away $5,000.
Wow, $5,000.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great league. It stayed around for a few years, but I mean, after that, we had our coach, Coach Chuck Merriman, one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Chuck,
oh wow, it was
the pioneer of coaching, I think. He's kind of like the Bill Belichick, and then how he has his lineage of guys like Bill Belichick has this person that went on, Nick Saban, right? Other people have become great coach. Actually, before Belichick was Parcells, right? Parcells.
Right.
Yeah, so actually he's kind of like the Parcells because I know that from Chuck Merriman came out like Don Rodriguez, right, and some other good coaches. Right. Then from there Mike Conroy came from Don, but he was one of the first ones that had like what contracts or like
right. Well, with the Budweiser team, it was pretty much Harry Cribbs and Kenny Bloom, and then Toki Hill and Grandmaster Ed Parker. So they, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
They were pretty much the administrator, and then we had, again, like I said, we had Frank Trejo, who passed away.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a great team. It really put me, kind of escalated my career because, they gave me an opportunity to get out here. I didn't have any type of sponsorship. And then Toki Hill gave me a call and pretty much told me the nucleus of the team that he was putting together, and the rest is history. So
look at that team right there, man. That team right there.
Looking at it right now.
If you put that team,
that's when I had some hair.
If you put 5-man that team versus any team of now, or I think that like you guys.
Yeah, we could do some damage.
Yeah, you do some damage right there.
Damage.
And then, so after Budweiser came what?
The Atlantic World Karate Team. Well, Coach Merriman, him and Skipper Ingram. A lot of people don't know Skipper Ingram. Skipper Ingram is the gentleman that gave him and his wife gave the tournament in Bermuda called the Bermuda International Tournament.
So it was him. He's the one that sponsored then, right? Yeah.
Right. So, him and Coach Merriman got together, and that's when the Atlantic World Karate Team came together with the sponsor, which is Mr. Doyce, and I mean that team was the greatest team. It was one of the greatest.
So was it pretty much the same team as Budweiser? Had more?
Well, it was, but then we had.
Which was this?
Steve Anderson. I mean, we had Steve Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, Mafia Holloway.
Okay.
I mean, we had the ladies, which is, Doreen, Linda Denley, Shavella Aaron, Cheryl Nan.
Wow.
I mean, God, it was.
That was a strong one.
It was like the dream team. The dream team.
Yeah, bro.
I learned so much. Right. I learned so much from them guys and them ladies that we had on the team. So
that was like the Warriors. That was like the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, it was. It was.
So Houston Thomas is saying when I had hair a long time ago. He's also saying that Calvin Thomas was on the Cuban American, and so was Mike Smith. I remember Mike Smith. Yeah. So that's cool. Hey, so man. So then, man, this is when I really was older already. I was like in my teens, and I remember seeing Metro All Stars. You were part of it, and Hector Santiago. And I grew up always wanting to be like, back then it was like Paul Mitchell versus Metro, and like. Yeah. I liked Metro. Yeah. I always liked Paul Mitchell, but man, Metro was like, my brother was on it.
I left Metro. I mean, left Paul Mitchell, Hector Santiago, who is one of the greatest coaches of all time. Him and Jeff Goldberg. I mean, between Coach Merriman and him, two of the greatest, and Skipper Ingram. Skipper Ingram. See, a lot of people don't know Skipper Ingram was the coach of the Atlantic and Trans-World Karate Team too. Yeah. He's actually the one that got all of that together. He is the nucleus, got all of us together. But once the team kind of disbanded, and then went with Metro. I mean, it was a great team, Hey,
Goldberg was awesome, bro. I remember learning from him just by watching him as a kid. He always had that rule book in his hand. And
Yes.
he would beat you with that rule book.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I remember he had that UTK rule book.
He was the pretty much the person that if it's a controversy, then he'll step in. You know, and Coach Hector Santiago, I mean, he did a lot believe it or not, he did a lot for the sport. You know,
yeah, he did a lot for the sport. Yeah, he did
a lot. Regardless of what happened, you know, he did a lot for the sport. He did a lot.
He had a lot of influence on me, like even with my logo, with the lightning bolt, like
right.
And Hector Jr. was on my team before as well, and like he had a lot of influence on my team and the sport as well. So you know, shout out to Hector and Metro. You know,
yeah, actually, we keep in contact with him.
Yeah.
We texting last week for his birthday. His birthday was him and my wife's birthday on the same day, which is June the 12th. So, you know, we always try to wish him happy birthday. You know, he's not really involved in the sport of it anymore. You know, he does a lot of private training and everything, but, you know, he paid his debt to society, you know, and, you know, we love him, you know, and I'm not ashamed to say that live on Point Fighter. You know, my family, we love him. We love him.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hector had a big influence on me as well in the sport.
And your brother.
And
he had a big
influence on your brother. I remember seeing my brother. Yes. I was behind the scenes. I always wanted to be on the team. And, like, I remember my brother I was not even into karate that much, right? I was always forced, and I was, like, 12 years old. And I see my brother get this package, and he opens it up. And the uniforms, the sweatsuits, the contract, the plane ticket, the extra bonus money. And I'm like, what? There's this. And I was like, after that, I just started training. I wanted to be like that. And it just took over. You know, that's it. So, you know what I'm saying? He had a huge influence on me. But and my brother, you know, he benefited and he loves him too. I know that he always wrote to him all the time, like while he was,
the same thing with my wife. Did the same thing. Yes,
bro. So great family right there. Hey, so you've kept in touch all these years, like you guys, like you said, you guys are like brothers, and you help each other. You help each other at tournaments and stuff, and that's one of the great things that martial arts teaches you, right? Having friends from all over, and you create this bond,
right? Because, like you said, if it wasn't for martial arts, you know, we wouldn't be on this show right now talking with each other. I mean, over the years, you know, even though we've done battle against each other, you know, once our careers and stuff, you know, are over, you know, we still stay in contact. I pretty much stay in contact with all my Atlantic and Budweiser and Metro people. You know, I stay in contact with Steve at Nasty Anderson, you know, Richard Plowden. You know, Terry Kramer, Tony Young, the great Kevin Thompson. You know, I kind of lost a little contact with Mafia Holloway, but hopefully we can get back in touch with him.
It's amazing, though. Yeah, it's amazing, though, man, how you, like, have friends. Like, my best friends are karate people, you know?
You're right.
Steve Hart, my best friend, and, like, Josh Horwich was on my team, and I still talk to him once a month or whatever. He helps me out with my school, and that's friendships that are forever. So, you know, that's one of the great benefits of tournaments. Sometimes school owners don't want to bring people to tournaments, right? Like you're stealing from them. You know, you're stealing an experience that's a whole world right there that they could have. You know? Yeah.
Especially with all these teams. I mean, there's a bunch of teams. You know, I mean, it's a bunch of teams. I mean, and you know, thank God that you know we have somebody like ASG. You know, Mr. Jason Chan is, you know, back into the sport, you know, because so many people take from the sport, but they never put back in the sport. So, you know, I like to give props to Mr. Chan for his opportunity, you know, with ASG, you know, sponsoring my team, you know, K-Top, you know, power.
Power, baby. And like I always talk about, I'm real open about him helping me. And if it wasn't for him, Point Fighter Live wouldn't have existed because he brought me back from the sport. to the sport, right? But hey, so you fought in all these eras, right? And you even fought like a few years ago. I remember seeing you fight. And
yeah, I officially retired at the Battle of Atlanta. Kodak and his brother Jesse Ray wanted me to fight on their team, and I said, sure, why not? We made it all the way to the finals, and then we lost to Team Velocity. So, sometimes it's a point in a fighter's life that he has to give it up. The mind is still strong, but the body is just, it's not cooperating. And so, officially retired 2 years ago. Actually at the Battle of Atlanta.
Hey, but you fought everybody in a lot of eras.
Much, yeah. I mean,
you fought Raymond. I remember seeing you.
Yeah, I fought Raymond at the Bluegrass Nationals one year. Kind of wish I could have fought him a lot. Earlier in my career.
Judge him, but you fighting him, even if you're not like you were older. You fought him. You fought Nasty. You fought the best. Yeah, I'm going to give you a tough question here.
I know what you're going to ask me. Go ahead.
Who's the best of all?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Who's the best of all time, in your opinion? You knew. So
you're
prepared.
I'm going to say this. The best of my era was Steve Nasty Anderson. I mean, you got to give it to him. He won everything. I mean, he went undefeated. I mean, he was the best. I mean, I know everybody's saying Raymond Daniels. Raymond is the best in his era. I mean, it's just like a lot of people talk about Michael Jordan is better than Bill Russell. I mean, Bill Russell to me was one of the greatest because he got 11 rings. I mean, Raymond is the best in this era, and Nasty Anderson
different.
Right. It's different eras.
So what would happen? Let's say Raymond Daniels style fighting comes over to Nasty.
My era.
Who would he be able to hang? Would Raymond Daniels be able to hang? And Nasty's era, in this style fighting now, because it's different. Points are called different now, right? Would they be able to win if they went back past or to the future? Would they still be able to win?
I think Raymond would do great in our era. He would fight against some great fighters, though. I mean, he would fight against Mafia Holloway, Pedro Xavier.
He would fight superstars just in one division.
I mean, he would fight against Alberto Mantra. I mean, back then, I mean,
and in
he would fight against Jason Tankson, man, Tony Young. Oh, God, Mike Smith. Don't forget Mike Green, Terry Kramer. I mean, God. Richard Plowden. He would fight Richard Plowden.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying that he wouldn't do good, but trust me, he would have lost between one of those guys.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Because back then, man, it was just stacked. I mean, I can remember fighting at the Battle of Atlanta. I had like 8 fights and I didn't even place.
Hey, I told that to somebody. Like, I remember in the open weight was split up in 2 divisions. Now here the battle, 52. But that was the norm in past events. You would have, just a division, right? Like, I remember US Open middleweight split in 2 rings and with like 50, 60 competitors. Just
I mean, at the Battle of Atlanta, one year I fought as a light heavyweight, and my parents drove me to Atlanta. I had like 8 fights and I didn't even place. Alvin Plowder was in that division. I mean, you had Chip Wright. You had, I mean, God, the divisions were stacked. You had Matthew Glasper. You had, I mean, God, it was just stacked. Scorpion Barrage was in there. I mean, I had 8 fights, Alex, and I still lost. I didn't even place.
Now, sometimes I think you can have 8 fights and win overall in some tournaments.
Yeah.
In a lot of tournaments. Yeah.
Back then, I mean, but yeah, I think he would do good in our area.
Hey, the Brady's, yeah.
You had the Brady's. Yeah. You had so many great fighters back then. It's so many, I can't even name them.
You're right. I mean, yeah. Hey, the thing about Raymond is his longevity. He did it. I remember seeing him from like 90, 98,
Right.
99.
Man,
So
I mean,
that's
Raymond is a great. Like I
20
told
years.
somebody asked me, you know, who was one of the fastest blitzer. I can honestly say Raymond because I've fought against Tony Young, um, Kevin Thompson, the Brady's, Mafia. I mean, it's so many, so many.
So
Some
the
of
best blitzer, how about the best kicker? Who would you say that you best kicker you ever seen?
Pedro Xavier,
Pedro. Okay.
Pedro Xavier, and Mafia Holloway.
Oh yeah, Mafia. Hey,
And
Mafia
don't
could
forget,
blitz too. Mafia could blitz really good too, right?
and
Mafia.
Ibi Abdullah.
Oh, Ibi, yes. Yeah,
Abdullah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
believe it or not, Chip Wright too.
Chip
Oh
Wright.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chip Wright. Chip Wright can kick. Oh yeah, Chip
Yeah,
Wright.
man. So
Jeff
yeah, man.
Gears. I mean, it's so many. I mean, it is so. You know, I was honored to fight some of them, and I'm telling you, and I've been around, like I said, for 47 years, and I've seen some great fighters. You know, I mean, it's so mind-boggling, man. I mean, some great martial arts fighters, and
Sir.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, yeah, the Austin brothers too. They're so
Yeah, Shaw Austin. Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, you're right about that. The Shaw Austin, Leroy. Yeah, you're right. The Austin brothers. Yeah. You know,
we're getting a trip back in memory lane here. Hey, so congratulations on the coaching position. You know, you're great for the sport. You're there coaching and you're judging. You're going back and forth, and you see the passion. And I love the sport needs passion like this. So it's great to have you. And we're gonna bring you back on soon. We're gonna do the preview show of the event. And,
okay, appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd like to say one thing before we get off. Is that I'd like to thank my instructors who I've been with for 47 years.
Wow.
Is Grandmaster George Warden, who passed away 4 years ago, and my other instructor, Grandmaster John Johnson. So those are the two individuals that were responsible for my upbringing. And then they pretty much, once I got, you know, a little salt underneath my foot, they told me, hey, go out and learn from some other people, you know. And I've learned from some great fighters, you know, from Richard Plowden to the Terry Kramers, all the teammates of Atlantic and Transworld Oil and Budweiser and Paul Mitchell. And don't forget Team Elite, you know. With
Team Elite, yeah.
Team Elite, you know, that sponsor, you know. I mean, Spencer Arrington, you know. He kind of
talk about that, but yes.
Right, Spencer kind of rejuvenated my career. Yeah. You know, he called me up and pretty much told me, come on, old man, and get on back in this, you know. And, you know, great fighters. Gerald Dawson, you know, great fighter. You know, the great Jotty Tension, you know, who I had the pleasure to hang out with and work out with a bunch of times. And he, you know, had the pleasure of staying in my house, eating up all my food, staying up all night looking at them videotapes. You know, I mean, great fighters. I mean, it's if I missed anybody, you know, don't take it personal. You know, I'm old now, but I mean, I've had the pleasure of.
You were one of the best too to do it too as well.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Hey, so I can't wait to see how your team, you know, does in the future, and like and the direction you guys are going are awesome. They're in great hands. All right, guys, have a great night. Power.
All right.
Yes, sir. Power.